the audiobook today because I can't. It's not as quick as I'd like, but I knew it wasn't going to be quick. I think I can only like go for probably about like 2 or 3 hours before I have to stop talking. Um, which is always funny when stream day is like, yeah, let's work on the audiobook before the stream. So by the time the stream is done, I'm gonna be just done. I'm gonna be gonzoed right out the door. But I still want to work on book two. I also have to update my Notion, how are my projects going sheets. Because technically, Incarnate's Rise is getting more progress, so I'm gonna like do things. So I'm gonna update my Notion. It's been a couple of days, and then I'm gonna work on book two. And yeah, and then we're just gonna do the things. It's been really camera. It just turned around. Why are we thank you. Thank you. It's been nice having it be really quiet. So um yeah. I do have to do a reel for the fact that I just finished book one or chapter one. So now I want to do a reel. But I think I'm gonna wait till tomorrow morning to do that. Just so I can actually get some solid work on book two. So I hope you enjoyed your holly bows, holly bobs. They're Stieg. Holly bobs are great, but yeah. How about we just get started on a sprint? I think I might make some fucking coffee. Sorry. I should finish my current scene today. Scene 30. It's a jailbreak scene. Fun. That sounds. Oh, you're still Sting. The whole point of being on Hollybobs is to be on Hollybobs. I mean, I ain't gonna judge you. I'm really shit at taking vacations. I always find some sort of work to do. So, anywho, let's just get started. Let's do some work today. It is going to be a 3 hour sprint or 3 hour. There's going to be a 3 hour stream. I don't have any expectation. People are not coming to the house, as far as I know. So, and I am by myself, within the region of which I have a scary drunk neighbor who will come to my aid if I need it. But Grant is in Yukon. Hubby is at work, so we're good. Everything's great. So I should take the option to do the dues. I still have 2 weeks left of the Hollybobs. I can't squander prime writing time. That is fair. That is fair. Let us tomato. I'm taking the weekend off my cousin's wedding, so I get some time to relax. Well, that's good. At least you get some time to relax. I really haven't written much, so it's all good. Well, let's do the thing. Let's get us which can I just like wine just for like a smidge? It's gonna be a micro wine. That stutter that you hear on occasion because my brain and my mouth they're not connected and one of them is moving faster than the other makes recording the audiobook a fucking bitch. That was my micro wine. Because there are times, and I'm recording some of it, like I have my phone set up on a tripod, not like a lot, but I probably do I'll probably record like a couple more times through the process. There's a couple times where I'm just porky pigging my way to victory and just being like, that's all, folks, as my brain just stalls or my mouth just stalls or something. It's fine. Oh, wine, not wine. I need to emphasize the did I? Cool Whip. Wine. Yeah, it's I could never do my own audiobook if I ever make it to be a paid gig. If I ever make one, I'll do it'll be a paid gig. I feel already like I probably should hire someone to do this who actually has done this before, but I have no money. So I'm going to do it myself. I have no money. I think the little bit left of how much I've made from the book so far is being held back for the cover, the hardcover cover for book 1. So, honey, sweetie, babe, bestie, my favorite gay from Norway. What fucking million copies? You are thinking about Katie and Wallace, okay? Your girl has sold maybe 100. Your girl has tiny numbers. Okay? I appreciate that you think that I'm doing that well. But your girl sucks at fucking marketing. And I'm a little potato who is not backed by an agent or a house. So I have sold maybe 100. I don't think they've sold 1 million copies either. Look, international best-selling author Wallace Kinney is just killing it, and so is Queen Katie. So like you've sold 1 million copies in my heart. Potato back, thank you. Okay, fair. Oh, you are so nice to me. And I want to say for the courts that my words of my words upon Katie and Wallace are not made with jealousy. I am so happy for those two. I just thought your comment was super cute. Hello and welcome. We are just about to get started on our first sprint of the day. As soon as I shut up. Oh, what are you working on? What's the vibe? What's the goal? How are things? I'm gonna take a little bit more water. And then we'll do the thing. I know the struggles, and there's there is not an ounce of envy between us. They are, yeah, like I absolutely just love watching just how well they're doing and stuff. And it just the fact that they're both competing for 10K subscribers. I giggled. I thought that was the funniest fucking thing on the planet. No, don't shut the fuck up. I'm here for the rambles. But I'm gonna do the house test. I mean, honestly, you're in the right place if you're here for rambles, because my tangents have sidelines have tangents. So like, yeah, no, chilled rivalry is giving. It is giving. Picking squinted behind the barred windows of the door, glancing at both Cassidy and Madeline before he closed the latch. Moments later, the lock sounded and the door opened. Ew. Well, let's pick up from that then, shall we? We are going to do our usual 3 45-minute timers, depending on yapifying. At least 2, hopefully. I'm going to get myself coffee. I'm going to update my Notion. I'm going to start on book 2, and everything is going to be great. So, wait, I should actually probably put the timer on the screen, right? That should be a thing I do. That should be a thing that I do. All right. 45 minutes on the clock. Okay. Ava, but under her real name. Cool. I didn't realize that. Okay. I changed channel names a lot. Well then, hi. One thing about us, yeah, it's just a thing that happens. We may have been here before. It's fine. Anyway, happy productivity, happy sprinting, streaming, house tasks, blah 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 blah. We'll be back in 45. that was the end of sprint number 1. How did we do? Let's see. Where did I start? Okay, so we'll just count that. So I got 734 words. But this is a chapter with Rafe and Kira, so they're having a bit of a sweet moment that just got interrupted. So sad face. Oh, big stretch. Yeah. Also, there was a cat who was snuggled, and she is returning for a sequel. Hello, Beans. Let's see. As far as line goes, something burned in the hair's breath between them, and then, in the span of a blink, his lips pressed against hers in a chaste kiss. They were cool, soft. Her heart swelled. Tingles coursed through her body. Had she leaned forward, or did he? Kira's head spun. Who kissed who? It didn't matter. It was nice. And Darian walks in, because why not? I'm trying to get to the comment by using the touchpad on my laptop, which is not where I'm streaming from. Hello, Mullen. Welcome. Had a break after work, so I'm ready to do some writing. Let's do some writing. Got distracted by my mom playing Mafia boyfriend stories on her phone. So distracting. Ooh. But did get some writing done. Yay! Oh, that's so cute. That's very cute. I love that. They're so adorable. And we need their level of cuteness in the story where everything's on fire. It's fine. Except for Darian walks in, ruins it all. And he has some of the funniest lines. Where it's like, I didn't think kissing a human was one of the spell ingredients. Something like that. Line from Stieg. Get what you need and get out, right? Picking strode ahead a few paces before he disappeared around the corner, leaving the three of them alone by the door. I can't believe that worked, Madeline whispered. I like it. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter. It was nice. Aww. Yeah, I have a special place in my heart. Like, I mean, out of all the characters I love writing, Charles is still my favorite. Christopher's still my favorite. Darian's still my favorite. But writing Kira and Rafe scenes is this just like, will they, won't they? Kind of hormones, kind of not. Like, everything is just bullshit, okay? But, like, from Kira's perspective, she's just angry at everything, and everything is fucking bullshit. But Rafe is just really nice to her, and he doesn't really, like, pressure her into, like, doing things. He just, like, if she's mad, he's just kind of quiet and just gives her space, and it's really cute. And they were reading a spell, like, they were reading a spell book with him over her shoulder, and that's how the kiss happened. And they're just nice. Ava got dishes done and content created, starting some laundry and other fun house tasks next. Woo! Love it. Sometimes the house tasks gotta be task-fitted. Also, you see that this little bean just keeps sticking her head up. It's like right here. A burning wagon crashing into your front gate would distract most guards. You know, that makes a whole lot of sense. Oh, there's a bee. It's very hard to write now because Az is like over half, like she's in front of half of my laptop, so I get to like write over her, which is kind of fun. But we'll get through to do. I gave up caffeine, and I'm on day 3, so I'm catching up on my sleepy weekend. Hoping to write tonight. That's awesome. I wish you luck in your caffeineless journey, because that's something I don't think I could do. Every time I try to do it, I get really bad migraines. So I'm just like, no, we're addicted. It's fine. but there's also a meeting to attend to tonight. So we'll see if it steals my joy. Most meetings do, unless it's kind of one of those fun meetings. But hopefully the theft of joy is minimum. And now she's in front of my entire laptop. Ma'am, you cannot drink coffee. Okay? You cannot drink coffee. You cannot lick my laptop. Okay? These are things you cannot do. You can lay down. There is a bed right there. And there is an open space on my desk where you can reside. I am bargaining with my cat. I'm aware of this fact. But, like, she's in the way and too cute to move. This beats. Anywho. I also confirmed with the hubby that's what we're having for supper tonight. I was supposed to make pulled pork. Get off the laptop. I was supposed to make pulled pork for supper tonight, but I took the pork out too late. So it would still be frozen when I would have to start actually putting it in the slow cooker, which was at 11. So, like, well, we'll have pulled pork tomorrow. And our usual eat out days are Tuesdays because Gran and her friend go out. So then it's me and hubby. I'm like, well, instead of cooking, like, let's just all go out to wherever, like, we want. So since it's just hubby and I for like the next couple weeks, for the next couple weeks, I'm like, you know what? Since we're not really beholden to grandma, let's just move the days around so that way I don't have to. The pork's still frozen, and we can have the dots. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make banana bread. I think we love banana bread. Banana bread is one of the best breads. I think I have everything. I know I have some more. I know I have the dang bananas. All forgotten and overripe. Dude. I think I have like 8 or 10 bananas in the fridge because I buy them for the house. It's like we kind of like split the groceries where it's like I buy like stuff for the 3 of us. She buys stuff for the 3 of us, right? So I buy the bananas because I use the bananas every day in my breakfast. But there are days where you just don't feel like a freaking banana. So the bananas go right because I'm the only one who's eating them. I've scolded her on that a couple of times. I'm like, you want bananas? I will buy the bananas. That means you have to eat the bananas. So at some point I do have to make banana bread or banana muffins or something. Wait, where's Nan? Nan is in the Yukon visiting her daughter. My aunt and their kids. And they're having Nan and her bestie are having a vacation and using that vacation to spend time with the daughter she sees like twice ever. Like twice a year, really. Because the Yukon. So yeah, they're out having an adventure. Love that for her. Me too. She hasn't been to the Yukon in quite a few years. And this will be like the last like big trip she goes on. So she's just like, yeah, I am very, very excited. Also very, very tired. I don't think I can handle the stress of planning another trip. So this will be the last one. So I was like, yeah, I'd make it to Yukon. So yeah, it is lovely. It is very lovely. So, and that's why I'm working on the audiobook now. Because I'm alone in the house. It's perfect. There's no foot stompies. There's no TV. It's just your girl. Occasionally the AC kicks on, which I would love to turn it off, but we're in a heat wave again where it's going to be like 30. Today's the cooler day, so I could have turned it off, but then I would have had to turn it back on again like tonight or tomorrow morning. So I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna keep the AC on, and if it stops running because it's holding a certain temperature, then fine. Grandma said I could turn on the AC as much as I wanted. It was my hydro. I'm paying for it, so I'm pretty sure she's gonna charge me extra, which is fine. I perfectly accept this. So yeah, it's prime opportunity. It really is. If only I could record for like because I can sit down and write for like 12 hours at a time and get some serious work done if I lock in. Recording the audiobook, I can record for about an hour or 2 before I get really tired. Then I have to stop. And so far it's been like I've wanted to like record an hour, take a break, record an hour. We're building up to that. Right now it's record an hour or two and then stop because we're CPEP for like the whole freaking day. I can't get back to it. And rebuilding my booth was a pain in the ass. But I figured out an easier way to build my booth, so I might be able to kind of work around my own exhaustion. So, Heidi yo, Alaska and the Yukon are on my bucket list. I have said because of course since both my mother last week and my grandmother this week, two separate trips. They didn't actually like run into each other. Both going to the Yukon. The rest of my family are very much so. Crystal, when are you going? And I'm just like, dude, that is a someday goal. That is a after I have book money and can afford to piss off for a week. I know I could write in the Yukon, but I'm pretty sure I would not be able to be left alone in the Yukon. So, yeah. Heat wave sounds nice. 8 degrees here yesterday. Sweetie, you can take my 35. You can take my 4 days of 35 degrees. You can just have them. I will take your 8. Which reminds me, I don't know how temperature reminded me, but I have some tomatoes I have to pick at some point. But yeah. I am ready for fall temps. It's been so hot here. It's been like we've had a few days where it's like, okay, this is comfortable summer weather. Like where I live is like the summers do get kind of humid. I'm just south enough in Ontario where it's just kind of like yeah, I am game for fall to come and visit me and tomato. Yeah. My family gave my grandmother like 7 different tomato plants or enough seeds for 7 tomato plants. I don't know. There is a hell of a lot of tomatoes. Okay. Of different shapes, sizes, and colors. And I saw a few ripe ones I have to pick. So. And yesterday it was raining all day. So I'm like, I'm not going outside in the rain to pick the fucking tomatoes. So it's probably better today. So I might go today. Dio says, we haven't had the AC on for the last 2 days, so hopefully that's coming your way. Not for like another week and a half. According to, I checked on the Weather Network because I kind of have to record between when this runs. And it's like 35, because it's like all high 20s, but the Humidex puts it at 35, between 32 and 35 for like the rest of this week. And I'm just not having it. I'm right outside St. Louis, Missouri. But the Illinois side of the river, it's always humid. 80 Fahrenheit. And we get 110 indexes. My AC is set to low. And my bill is very high. Yes, yeah. Let me get a quick 35C2F. 95. So we're kind of arranging the 95. It's not as bad as the last heat wave we had, which we were starting to get 40s, which is 40C to F is 104. So yeah, it's not as hot all the time, but that was our heat wave, and it was just like she was brutal. She's brutal. Anywho, melts. Yeah, like okay. So, hubby, who my other half, my partner in crime, the bestie of all my besties, bought me cheap ass chocolate. He bought me 4 bars of cheap ass chocolate. I am not usually a put your chocolate in the fridge girly, right? But it was so hot. It melted so much. So I had to put it in the fridge. So I've got like 4 giant bars of chocolate in the fridge because it was just way too melty. Ah, the jet stream must be messing with the weather pattern for you. Yeah, I know because you get most of the time I get the weather you get 3 days later. Like I got the apocalyptic dark rain yesterday. Um, but who the fuck knows anymore? Not me. All I know is I am warm and I have coffee. Love chocolate in the fridge. I just find depending on I did not start the timer. Depending on depending on the chocolate, like the thicker the chocolate, if I put it in the fridge, it hurts my teeth because I have really shitty teeth. Um, so I would rather have soft chocolate, but not melty chocolate. This one is it's called extra creamy milk chocolate with almonds and toffee, and it's really tasty. And it's kind of like saving my life right now because I am in desperate need of chocolate. Andy is back for round 3. Come up, come say hello to your fans, or I'm going to keep talking. We have a timer to start. Yeah, there she is. This is my first time trying Symphony chocolate or Hershey Symphony or whatever the frack it's called. It's tasty. Mother Earth is just done with humans. I'm convinced. She wants us gone by any means necessary. Looks at all the fires happening around the globe. I mean, I only have Norwegian milk chocolate, which is delightful. I bet. I'm usually a Lindt girly when it comes to chocolate. But when giant chocolate bars are sold for $2 and you have a hubby who knows that you are going to require chocolate in the coming days, get Hershey's. Because he is a good egg and gives me chocolate. Boop. Boopy in the nose. I was just staring at nothing. Oh, like, she is so hyper fixated in something that is happening over there. I have no idea. Steve, only politely and with love. Fuck you. Theo understands the value of Norwegian milk chocolate. This bean. She's deciding to be the center of attention. What? Yeah. We are a virus and a blight upon her existence. And though I am not longing for the fall of humanity, I think we had it coming. We had it coming. We had it coming. The Chicago song just got darker quick. Be over here in my corner. I really do. Too bad this. I should put this engine closer to my microphone because she's purring like a crazy person. Do you have a comment? Anywho, what do you say we get started on sprint number 2? So your girl can get some more words because I want to get some more words. If I can finish this chapter, I will be. I am no sprints. That's what I say. That's what you always say, sweetheart. You are the Edna Mole of AuthorTube. But instead of no capes, it's no sprints. And I say that with all the love in my heart because you are my people. Yeah, no, now I have it stuck in my head. We only have ourselves to blame. If you had been there, if you had seen it, I know that you would have done the same. Honestly, I have not seen the Chicago musical, but I've seen the ever-loving fuck out of that song in so many different ways that it is giving. Thank you. I love you. I love you too. Though I stand by my no sprints comment. But allow me to argue this, Miss Anne. If we don't sprint, that means I don't write as much today as I planned, which means book 2 takes longer to come out. And I don't know about you, but I'm pretty sure there'd be a couple of people being very cross if book 2 takes longer to come out. Chicago's hands down Boots the best musical adaptation of a movie has ever seen. Well worth the watch. If we don't sprint, that means we can chat a lot. But also fair. Gave me book 2, I Miss My Baby. I am surprised that there has not been rage pointed my direction on things that have happened to that particular baby in book 1, which, I'll take. I will take the nut rage. I was going to say something and my brain was just like, butterflies. Excuse you. I am on a deadline, and we have to sprint, says Stieg. I need coffee. Okay, Stieg, I do want to support you, and Crystal, and everyone else. I love that. I want to support you. Well, and Crystal. Also, what's the deadline for? Asks Anne. Won't lie, I'm sort of working with the chat on in the background, so I do that all the time. Not gonna lie, if I'm watching on someone's stream and I'm not actively on camera, I am working while chatting. Like I am out. Now I have a cat who's just decided that it is time for a lay down. We can also not sprint, and I'm fine. I'll also use the sprint to eat homemade focaccia. And homemade focaccia is like one of the best breads on the entire planet. Deadline, August 30th, is for my developmental editor. Yeah, Steve has an editor for his book. It's so cool. Oh, get out of my coffee, child. It's also because I'm sorting through my CP's feedback rather than writing anything. That's also another one. It's like I can usually multitask while I'm fucking around with feedback. So it's easier to do a writing chat in the background. Yeah, I'll have chat on in the background. I will sometimes watch movies or shows or whatever. Dio says, I'm going to enjoy a homemade pistachio mocha latte and research making whole wheat and rye flour noodles to go with my pork schnitzel I am making for dinner tonight. Dio, the fuck? That sounds like the most you. Oh, goodness. I want some. Can I have? I sharing is caring. I don't think I could write words. Valid. Yeah, I'm a pizzo fan now, and somehow this means homemade focaccia on top of homemade pizza is 11 out of 10. You know what? Yes. 11 out of 10, no notes. Developmental editor sounds so serious. That's super exciting. Yum. I dedicate myself fully to chat. Always here, try to make it about me. And we love that for you, dear. Oh, it is serious. Hope to publish my 40th year in my 40th year. So it's time to get going. Yeah, now I am all for Stieg's just absolute lock-in that he's been doing. It's been really cool. and just like the little lines he's been sprinkling sound really good. And I may not be a Western girly, but I would totally read the fuck out of Steve's book so far. I'm just gonna throw that out there. Anyway, let's do the thing. I have decided we're gonna do the thing. Do 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 do. And now the song's stuck in my fucking head. You only need to buy it. No need to sir. I eventually read the books I buy. No. We're not throwing it away. No. I am going to read it. I'm going to kick my feet in giggle joy as I read it, much like when I read how Dark and Secret Magic. Because they're my friends' books, and I will kicky feet giggle joy when I read my friends' books. And you can't take that away from me, sir. I'll fight you. Okay? Oh my, I'll absolutely buy the shit out of your book. I'm super excited. I need my money to go to the UCAN. Love it. I love it so much. I'm here for all of this. Okay, we're gonna do the thing. See, look at this. Look at all the support for Steve right here. Man. Yeah, make it so small. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Song stuck in my head, and it's all y'all's fault. All y'all's fault. Happy sprinting, happy eating, happy writing, happy house tasking. We are, but we're also freaking honest. Happy doing the things that give you joy. Okay, we'll be right back in 45 minutes. That was the end of sprint number 2. How did we do? I got somewhere around 800 words, mostly because I forgot where I stopped before the sprint started. But the chapter is finished, so yay. I'll pick a line here while I look at the comments. Actually, Steve takes full responsibility for that song being in my head. That's fair. Ava says, okay, some substitutions are questionable, but I made the banana bread. It's the first time I've made it from scratch. I didn't have enough mushed nanners, so I used yogurt and a bit of honey too. Round it out per someone's recipe I saw. No, that sounds like it'll function. We also had Jessica join us. I will see you in an hour if it's any good. Well, you're going to have to let us know. Dio came back to 3 seconds left. Steek says, I put some ADHD white noise to drown out my mom's mafia boss story. And I got a Luke 900 words done. More like 800 probably. And the line, faint creak echoed through the lock, and he felt the stack loosen. The bolt gave way under the tension of the spring. He turned the pick, and the door unlocked. He exhaled in relief. With a gentle but firm push, he opened the door for the two of them to slip inside. Ooh, we love a good lockpick. That's cool. Let's see what we got. Trying to find where there is a thing I want to. Okay. Maybe protect me by teaching me instead of ordering me around. You promised you'd teach me when you could, or are you too good to keep your promises? She snapped before she could stop herself. He closed his eyes for a second, and he looked like he was going to laugh. You and your sister both. So naive, so new. But his lips pulled into a grimace before he nodded. Very well. If you wish to be in on this, as they say, then you shall be. But I will hear no whining, arguments, or complaints from you. Breaking in Ireland. We love it. The problem with writing a lockpick scene is that I have to research it because I don't know how to pick locks. Mood. Correct. They are breaking into jail to break out their friends. Gasp. The drama is real. I almost read the full paragraph, but I'm like, yeah. I had to break into my own place once. And it was scary how easy it was for me to pick my own lock. He used a credit card. I feel like that's a classic. We did that to break into my grand's place back when she lived in the country because she was on holiday and we were supposed to tend to the house. And Mom forgot her keys, and it's an hour drive away, so it was funny. Do it. I want to know. All right. The rest of the bit is It's also supposed to be have a deal. It's supposed to be have a deal, not have a dead. I will allow you to cast the spell. I will allow the spell to be cast with you at its head. If you lack the ability to stand with us in its casting, you will allow Rafferty to step in. Do we have a deal? He extended his hand to her for her to shake. Deal, she said, standing tall as if she won a victory, shaking his hand proudly. He gripped it just a little tighter. And I am serious. You and Rafferty will not happen. It is for your protection. Mortals and vampires do not mix well. That's the rest of it. Colorado, 1881, had a very distinct lack of credit cards. I mean, fair. Used a butter knife. Used a butter knife all the time to get in the bathroom door. Damn. Me and Charles will happen, right? In your canon, definitely. Yeah, no, Kira, Darian walked into Kira and Rafferty kissing, and he is having his like daddy not daddy talk, where it's just kind of like that boy's no good for you. But it's mostly just because he's a vampire, and Darian, as a father who lost his daughter because she married a vampire who went psycho, he thinks he knows what he's talking about, even though Rafe is a fucking cinnamon roll. Like he's just a cinnamon roll. And Darian knows he's a cinnamon roll. But he can't let anything happen to Kira because Kira is the literal last person, the living descendant of his bloodline. Darius just kind of like, no, I'm not watching this happen again. No. I supported it last time. Last time it went very, very badly. So I'm making up for things that don't exist. It's fun. Yeah. That's that's how that's going. I let my coffee get warm and now it tastes funny. Crazy how this trilogy was once just one book. It sounds like so much is happening. Fun fact / to be fair, this where the parts I'm currently writing in the book were actually not in the original draft. Because obviously I have to add stuff to make it 3 separate books. But I don't even think was Rafferty. I think Rafe was in book 1, the non-split version. So yeah. It was one of those things where it was like too much was happening. Like I guess I had too much story before the split because it just kind of kept going. But I like how it split. So, how much have you added to the trilogy that wasn't in the OG draft, like percentage wise? Let's say about 80 to 95%. Considering like there are things that happened in book 1, like in the original draft, that didn't happen in the new draft, so a lot of that got cut out. And then there were some scenes that kind of needed retooling. So yeah, I would want to say that about 85 to 90% is not being used. Maybe some. The main plot, like the plot beats, are being used, but they're being kind of like separated a bit by other stuff. And just like the way the plot beats happen has been changed. Like in the original draft, Elizabeth killed Rafe, right? Which is not what happened in Incarnate's Rise. So the second book, or where would be the second book, that second act, is her running, hiding in the underground, because she killed Rafe, and is also being hunted by Christopher. So since she never actually killed Rafe, a lot of how that happened to her changed. Like that's one example. Wow, that's so much. Any regrets? I don't think so. I really like Incarnate's Rise is pretty solid. I do feel like having Rafe be killed the way he was in book 1 made sense for the characters involved with the death. but it did kind of take away from Elizabeth's agency. And Elizabeth's agency is something I do struggle with because a lot of the stuff that's happening is happening to her, and she isn't getting those opportunities to get like make something of like to do something for herself. She is kind of running from things or like running from thing to thing. But it's also kind of by design because literally shit is just happening to her because you know, you are a nobody who just found out that vampires exist, and oh, by the way, somebody wants you dead. And you have made some mistakes that have made it harder for you to have your own agency. And I'm trying not to spoil the plot for book 2 by saying that. Um she loses some of her agency because of what happened to her in book 1 toward the end. And like she will get her own agency back. I'm just trying to find ways to actually do it before like the big like she takes the power back. Because those moments are in book 3. So I need some moments in book 2. And yeah, it's kind of hard. I've written Elizabeth's plot is passive by design, and I'm trying to like, okay, how can I give her some active moments while being passive? Because it's very hard. For possession story arcs are rough. I'm gonna say. I can see how that would be difficult to balance. It really is. It really, really is. So it's more like what I'm trying to kind of accomplish is her dealing with and accepting like her responsibility in the stuff that's happened, which there is this conversation with a ghost with her dream, a dream version of Alex. And the conversation is very much like, can you um can you feel guilt for things you're not immediately responsible for, and can you deal with the consequences of things that you are responsible for? um and yeah, I know what's happening with Elizabeth. I just don't know what's happening with Elizabeth. I'm trying so hard because a lot of the book 2 stuff is very internal, and that was one of the feedbacks I got from my critique partners was there's a lot of internal conflict happening with the party, and we need a bit more external going on. So yeah, that was a very long tangent. Especially if there's 2 books before she has like story agency. Yeah. So I'm trying to resolve things. How did you solve that? Still working on it. Still working on it. Yeah. Still working on it. She did actively admit that like one of the conflicts in book 1, she that happened is she never got the chance to tell Kira that she didn't think Kira was crazy, and so she was able to resolve that. And then stuff happened. So I don't know if I actually like. Is it bad that I don't actually think I do solve it yet? Like Elizabeth learns things as stuff's happening around her, but she hasn't really like, you know, you can't it's kind of hard to defeat the thing that's happening right now. I'm like, how can I talk about this without spoiling everything? Let me know when you find that out. I'm glad I picked a bounty plot because that lends itself to the MC's agency, even if I share the same struggle as you sometimes. I don't know. I guess that's what CPs and betas are for. Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it's fine. Yeah. Anywho, I'm just kind of like, what do we say? I'm like looking at these chapters going, I still actually have to. One of the things I added, I think I've talked about it on previous streams, where the nightmare stream, or the nightmare chapter, where she ends up attacking Kira. I still have to resolve that. So that is next on my list of stuff she has to handle. But then she's like also kind of half being kept away from her sister because of the whole thing that's happening to her right now. It's a mess. Sure, it's fine, she says, stares into the void. Yeah. There are times where I feel like Elizabeth is not actually my main character, let's be honest. I think that's probably bad. I am glad you think so, because I am relatively unsure. I don't think that's necessarily true, but yeah, there's just there's a lot of stuff going on. Everybody's dealing with shit. You've committed to her as an MC, so I have to stick with it. Do I? I mean, I kind of do. She's try to think, like, what she actually constitute, because the way I'm writing is the story has 4 POVs, right? Elizabeth, Kira, Darian, Charles. Like those are the characters that get the main chapters, and then there's a sprinkling of a couple others. So like, is Elizabeth on her own the main character, or do we have 4 main characters? I probably shouldn't have asked myself this question, but I did. And there is a snoring cat, just perfect time to whine, just went. Anywho, oh goodness. I mean, they can all be POV characters, but someone is usually the main POV, and I think that's Elizabeth because the story doesn't happen without her, right? Okay, yeah, that is a good point. Like, she is the chosen one as far as tropes go. So it just makes me feel bad because I'm like, yeah, my chosen one just keeps getting kicked. Like, the kicking is happening. And every time she makes a decision, because she's so in over her head, the decision she makes ends up with her in more trouble than less. And is that good? I don't know. At some point, she does need to kick, though. She's gonna have much kicking. There is going to be much kicking. It's just when. Like, there is a fight that happens in this book, and she does get the upper hand. But in that moment where the decision is to take a life, she struggles with it. And that, so she has the moment where she could totally take the life and save herself the trouble, Um, but she can't kill. She struggles with the whole killing thing. Should have is not an option for book 2. It can be more than physical kicking. It can be mental kicking, knowledge kicking. Like there is that kind of stuff is happening. Um like I said, she is learning more about her and about Alex, and so she's gaining the understanding of things. Just shit just keeps happening, and she really should, maybe, except for the person trying to kill her kind of like kind of should get got, because bad things. I am jumping around. I am trying to squeeze my way through spoilers here, even though this book is probably not coming out for another year, but the girl is still trying. Oi. Hold on, I need to turn the fan on. I am getting melty. Okay. That's a little better. Oh my goodness. The AC was on for a while, so it was getting cold. Now it turned itself off. I'm just kind of like, you got this. You did it once. Or actually, you've done it twice. This is true. So theoretically, you can do this. Hopefully. Well, anywho. But tell your brain jelly to trust. Just tell your brain jelly to trust the process. That's the tricky part. Especially there's a lot of the feedback that I still have to go through. It feels like there's still a lot of work to be done to kind of make things a bit more concise. Right now, the book is sitting at 56,000 words. It's not like I haven't drafted it all yet. I'm only on chapter 23 out of 34. And I use the air quotes of doom because there are some pretty there's still a few really heavy plot beats that I have to kind of fuck around with. So, yeah. Working on it. I trust the process, not to rush the process. A lot of the comments I got backwards, things are being rushed, but it's just kind of like, how can I not rush it, but also adhere to a timeline? Because the bad guys, it's like there is a fuse that is currently running through the plot, and if it gets to the end before the characters get to where they need to be, then it's just going to be a really bad thing. So there's a lot of stuff I'm trying to balance, is what I'm saying. And I am rambling the fuck off, so sorry. No book is ever done. It's just published. I mean, wouldn't publishing it technically mean that it's done? I'm just saying. Wow. This is such a great conversation as a backdrop to me plotting things. Thank you. I feel bad. Don't feel bad about the chatting. I am glad it's helping in some way. It just feels, it's like part of me is just like, okay, let me just word vomit the entire plot of the book, right? So that way I can explain this without having to kind of pussyfoot around to avoid spoilers. But then I'm just kind of like, but if I start going off out of the for this entire plot, then A, I'm spoiling it, and B, we're going to be here all day. Published just cements it in time. You can still add to it after. This is true. There have been many book in a series that we have all read where the things have happened, and then in the sequels to the things that happened, there's been retcons. And I am trying so hard to avoid that. It is a lot harder than it sounds. Because you never want to go back to fix something. I really Got a whole orchid repotted while you were talking, so it's good. Yay, plants! Yay. Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Reminding me that I still have to go upstairs and look at the tomatoes. I might wait for the morning. I don't think they're gonna go off in like one more day because it's like 35 outside. I don't really want to go outside. So yeah. So you do one more sprint, be a half an hour. That'll get us to the end. Um I'm starting to run out of steam, which is fun because I'm also going to be starting a new chapter, which I do have to set up. Chapter 23, Elizabeth. Also, I need a chapter title for this chapter that I just finished. I will have to think about that. If I just call this chapter priorities, because that's kind of like one of the big themes. But almost all of my chapters are multiple words, so I don't know. Priorities is a good title for right now. Will I keep it? Who knows? Alrighty. Sorry, friends. Okay. I think it's time for our final sprint of the day. Actually, let's make it 25 minutes. Yeah, we'll do 25. Well, that's nice, slightly lighter timer. Ta-da. Dum-da-dum. Alrighty. So we will be back after our final sprint of the day. Happy productivity, happy sprinting, happy doing it is whatever it is we're doing, and we'll be back in a bit. Whee! That was the end of sprint number 3, our final sprint for the day. How did things do? I didn't write any words. I went to the little bat's room, and then I grabbed myself a snack. And then scrolled on my phone. It happened. I did the thing. Steve had to leave us, helping Mom with the chickens and a rabbit. Thanks for streaming. Catch you guys later, Gator. Yeah. Ava says, it smells good and looks good and came out of the oven. And the hubby got home from work during the sprint too. Yay! Also, yay for good smelling banana bread. And yay for the hubby being home. We'll admit, what was the thing that I made with yogurt last time? I made coffee cake muffins that required Greek yogurt, and they turned out really good. Yogurt is Greek yogurt especially, but yogurt is an interesting substitute for things. It does stuff. As an ex-pastry chef, I understand what it does, but I don't understand how it works. Or I understand how it works, and I don't understand what it does. Basically, it's just magic. I know if I really wanted to look at the science, I could look at the science. But it's magic. So I hope the banana bread comes out and is tasty and you enjoy it. Yay. Whoa. Had some chocolate. I was going to have one piece of chocolate and I had 2 pieces of chocolate. And I feel like 2 pieces of chocolate was too many chocolates. So I exist. That's all we got right now. Yeah. Pardon me. But that is the end of our time. So your girl is going to take off and maybe watch some stuff, play some games, chill. Hubby's going to be home soon, so I can get McDonald's for supper. Should be great. All the plants are potted. Yay, Jessica. Woohoo. Yeah. Anywho. I will see you guys on Saturday for some of the usual same bat time, same bat channel. I do want to make a correction. I did delete the stream. But I totally forgot. On the 31st, I will not be streaming because I will be at the college for my contract. Provided I get the contract. Still waiting on the contract. But I will be gone for that stream and then the following 2 weeks in September. So I did not mean to schedule the stream on the 31st. So I hope y'all weren't excited to see my face on the 31st. Anyway, until next time, I appreciate y'all for hanging out. We will see you guys in the next video stream, reel, wherever the hell it is you find me next. My first book bit, there will be a reel probably coming up tomorrow morning. So keep an eye out for that on Instagram. Anywho, I'm going to stop talking. Goodbye!